Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Create and Relate. I am your baby boomer, Kitty Lane, all the way here from the peninsula in Virginia. Here to welcome you to the den. I am your mama Cougar, aka Kitty Lane. So, how is everyone today? I hope all of you are well. We are actually going to get Saturday's schedule today. First of all, before I go any further, I want to thank you all for your grace, love, and understanding about Saturday. We had a major project to do, and the opportunity presented itself Saturday, and everybody was on board with getting it done then. So we had to seize the moment. Sometimes things like that come up in our lives, and we have to take that opportunity when it presents itself. So that's what I did. Good morning, gorgeous. How are you? Y'all always see my little hands busy. I am not ignoring anybody. Still gonna be checking the TV as I do. But what we're gonna do today, we're gonna go back to the basics. We are going over our ABCs. And we're really testing the waters here to see how this format works out. It was very simple putting it together. It all made sense to me. And I kind of want to see how you guys like it. So, with that being said, you already know your girl got notes. So, the first on my list is the letter A. All aboard. So, as you come in, don't forget to bring your listening ears, to bring your typing fingers, and to bring your hugs because I need lots of them. I do. Let me count real quick. 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, and 12. Okay. I wanted to get that done. I got it done. Yay. Okay, number 2, B. On our list is breakfast. What did you guys have for breakfast? I had pigs in a blanket and french fries and yogurt. Well, I pulled the yogurt. I haven't eaten the yogurt yet. But it's okay because I ate what I could take at the moment. Um, as for coffee, I had what you see. I've not had my coffee yet, but I have had a bottle and a half of water, and I have another whole bottle sitting over there, and I had 8 ounces of grapefruit juice. So I did have that. That covers my coffee and my drink. Look at how fast we're going here. We've already been through A, B, C, and D. E, exciting news. So, the one good bit of news I have to bring to you all, first of all, I'm here. So, that's 2 good bits of news that I have for you all. Secondly, of all, I think I told you all that I had been trying to get Meals on Wheels. Well, that actually starts this week. I'm excited. Okay, now we go to F. I only have, well, I can't say only. I have 5 finished objects to show you. They were actually done this morning, and I'm working on number 6. Um, one donates to several charities in his area, and this one particular one kind of jumped out at me too. And it's for the little infant caps from newborn to 3 months old. He put a pattern out. It's on his channel for left-handers and right-handers. It's so quick and simple. I timed myself making them. It takes me 22 minutes to make one. So I made 5. I have orange, yellow, yellow, yellow and peach. Well, sherbet. And I'm working on the other sherbet now. That will be 6. I did not give myself a definite number, but what I can tell you is that you can get 2 hats out of one of these. You can get 2 hats and some yarn left over out of one of these. So I'm just saying, participate. What you'll be doing is sending them to Juan, and he will get them to the organizations. And all that information is listed on this page. So, yeah, but I like these. Like I said, they're really quick and simple. These do fit from newborn to 3 months old. Yep, I wanted to try to see if I could use a smaller hook size and see if I could get some preemies done as well. We'll see. I'm not committing to that. But I decided this morning that that was something I wanted to be a part of. So that's Vivian. How are you? Good morning, my love. We're going ABCs today, and we've made it all the way up to F. And now for G. Under G, I have graphing. I have not done any graphing in this past week. I'm sticking to what I have right now, and we're going to work things out as that goes along. Okay? H, health and healing. Back to our meters. My mood meter is probably about my mood meter, guys, is probably about a 7. We'll get further into that. My health meter is probably right there with it. So I have to give it a overall rating of a 7 today. I know that's not what you're used to hearing from me, but that's where I am. Now the letter I, which will explain why we're only at a 7. Guys, I'm having insurance issues again. I got a phone call last week telling me I'm losing my insurance as of March 31st. And for those of you who know, this has been an ongoing issue for 4 years. And it's not left a good taste in my mouth. It is not. I don't understand when one agency, I'm working with like a total of 5 agencies here. Yes, one agency says, okay, we got you covered for your Medicare. We're going to do the dual complete as soon as your Medicaid comes through. The Medicaid part says, okay, we'll cover your prescriptions, but you're on what we call limited. Okay, I need complete. Okay, well, then you have to fill out Appendix D. So 3 copies I got, 3 copies I filled out. 1 I faxed to them, 1 I emailed to them, 1 I mailed to them. Called to make sure they got everything. Oh, well, mind you, called, finally got somebody after 2 weeks. Oh, well, we need a copy of your bank statement and from this bank and this bank. I don't have but one bank. Well, then we need a letter of verification indicating that you're not with that bank, and we need your award letter from disability. Okay, no problem. Got all of that. Sent it to her within the hour. Within the hour. Call back. Gave them a couple of days to see if they heard anything. Had to leave a voicemail. Call back again. Had to leave a voicemail. Call back again. Had to leave a voicemail. So then I went through my primary insurance, who says, okay, we're going to give them a call. Answer them right away. Oh, yes, we have everything. We have everything. Okay, so is she covered? You know, because not only are we looking for the Dual Complete program, she qualifies for in-home health care. And that's what we're trying to get set up as well. So then, agency number 3, the in-home healthcare program. They come out, do their assessment. Everything is as it should be. I passed all of that with flying colors, so I qualified for an in-home nurse, and all we're waiting for now is to set up a time for because my daughter is my care provider, for them to set up a time to come out, talk to my daughter, show her how to fill out the paperwork, all this good stuff. Nothing. So then I call the mediator between the two, and she says, "Oh yeah, we have everything that we need. I don't know why they said you were limited. In my computer, you're listed as full coverage from Medicaid. So why are they saying if you weren't listed as full coverage, they would not have done the in-home assessment?" Okay. Have you received anything in the mail? No. Email? No. Phone call? No. Okay. So I feel like I'm back to square one with my insurances. So I was on the phone with them most of the day yesterday. No, not most of the day. I called several people yesterday and they had to leave voice messages. I've been on the phone with them most of the morning this morning. So that's why my mouth is dry and my throat is like, yeah, sound like I live in the Sahara Desert. Okay, so we're going to get off of that and we're going to move on to me reminding you, Joan, y'all, journals are so important. They are really, really important. Yet again, journals have allowed me to go back and research dates, times, people I talked to, so that I can keep this moving along and they can backtrack with the people they need to backtrack with. So it's very important. It's very important. Lots of times we are journaling and we don't realize it. It may not be compact in one little book, but as long as you're writing everything down and you have it in one area or one space that you can go back to, that's a part of journaling. And we have to do that to keep our affairs in order and to keep everybody on the right page. Okay, that's why I push it so much. It helps. Okay, K. Crochet with Kitty. Yay! So you all have videos for Sunday and Monday of me working on this beautiful blanket right here. Y'all, it has gotten quite big. If you all remember, I restarted it last Wednesday. So, yes, they do. Yes, they do. They pretend they don't, but they do, Joan. But this is where we are. And I think I told y'all it was 73 inches wide. No, it's 75 inches wide. And it's going to be somewhere between 90 and 93 inches long. But that is what we have that we are mainly focusing on right now. Okay, so we got the crochet with Kitty done. Likely is the letter L. This, if I keep going at the rate that I'm going, it's likely to be finished on time, which March 31st is the deadline date. So I'm putting my major focus on this in hopes of getting it done by March 31st. Guys, I'm loving this. I am so loving this. And I kind of want to pick another color combination and redo the blanket again for the next quarter because I love the holes in them. It's like it's enough to keep you warm without smothering you. And I think that to me, it sounds perfect for Dallas, Texas. Because, even though they had a cold winter this year or a cold late fall this year, it's not been that way typically. They're usually dealing with the warmer weather. So I think this would be real pretty to showcase, but it'll also be functional in that it will keep you warm without keeping you too hot. Okay. For the letter M, we're gonna, no, I'm gonna do that now. That's my little mini story. Guys, I tell you all that I want you be to self advocate, especially when it comes to your health. But I want to talk to you today about pressing that restart button. At any point in time, things feel like it's getting to be too much, that you can't take it. We can press that restart button any time. You don't have to wait until the week starts. You don't have to wait until next month. You don't have to wait until tomorrow. You can do it working on my Dallas Cowboys blanket. I need some, if I can find this separate color to put in between. Did you see my thumbnail, Vivian? That's a Dallas blanket that I did for the family member of one of my coworkers when I worked at the hotel. Yeah, because y'all know I enjoyed working on that blanket because it was Dallas Cowboys. Yes. But yes, we can always press that reset button. You can do it several times a day if you need to. Um, I'm kind of skipping all over the alphabet with this one because they all need to be touched in this. And, like I said, it's the reset button. And even if it's something that you're starting for the first time, it's okay. Don't be afraid. You won't know what you can do if you don't try. One thing I can tell you about, and I'm referencing all of this to having a YouTube channel. If having a YouTube channel is something you want to do or something you think you want to do, the biggest thing is pressing that button the first time and recording that video. And my advice is when you first start, don't even worry about the editing and all that other good stuff that comes with it. It's nice, it's pretty. The first thing you want to do is get comfortable getting your content out. You want to get to a place where when you sit in front of this camera, it's like talking to an audience. And sometimes you might have to actually envision that audience so that you can give the full impact of what it is you're trying to get across. But understand that if you decide this is something you want to keep, it's no longer as simple as pushing that play button. Actual work goes into this. You think that you have a lot to say about what you have a lot to say about. And when you sit down in front of this camera and do it, that time goes a lot faster than you think, and you've not said half of what you want to say. Or you get the vice versa effect. You said everything you want to say that you thought would last a week in 1 hour. So you have to be prepared as far as content is concerned. If that content requires research, don't be afraid to research. Don't be afraid to look up whatever you need to look up. Don't be afraid to ask questions. That's what we're all here for, guys. And even if we don't know the answers, I know people like me that may not know the answer. I will quickly go somewhere else and find it for you. Or I will direct you as to where you need to go to find those answers. Lots of us are here to help each other. And, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to fall on that at all. It's not. It's what we're here for. So that is my mini story for you today. And then the letter N, new attitude. Like I said, this is a new format. I kind of liked it when I wrote it down. I don't know if I need to slow down or I need to work a little harder to have more put in these spaces. But of course, there's going to be a lot of tweaking done um, because I do like it, and it gives me something that I can follow from day to day, from week to week. So, excuse me. And now the letter O, organizing. That is why I could not be here Saturday. There was a little bit of a hazard for me in my room, the space that allows me to get to the bathroom. There was a lot of yarn in the way. My cords that are supposed to run under my rug were on top of the rug. Therefore, my light kept getting unplugged. So I'm sorry, guys. We went through and rearranged some things Saturday. I wish that I could show you how beautiful that space is. My daughter made a comment this morning when she came in from work. She was like, I sure wish the kids would understand we did this for you Saturday and it still looks good. Yes, yes. Hmm. And it's going to look this good tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. So, yeah, yeah. Okay, now we go to the letter P. P is for, okay, awesome. Jonah's working on his 7-inch squares. So P is for people. And those people are, excuse me, you guys and other content creators that if you don't know about them, I'm just going to do a little bit of name dropping. Like I said, Juan the Yarn Addict, is doing hats for homeless. So he has the regular size hats that he's doing, and he's also doing these little baby beanies. I don't remember what the name of it is on his channel. I'm sorry. But he also put out a tutorial for these. As I said earlier, I time myself. It takes me 22 minutes to make one of these. And that was me timing myself with the first one. So it may not even take that long. But I'm saying you can make 2 or 3 of these in an hour, put it down somewhere, come back to it later, or set yourself up for future donations. I am going to make more to this and send them to one. Um, ooh, that one went bye bye real fast. Wow. Okay, we'll come back to it. Now for a Q. Questions. There was a question that was asked to me in the last live we had. I was asked, what is duck pin bowling? I was telling you that my mother, my daughter, and I were duck pin bowlers. Really the whole family, because Jennifer and Melvin were as well. Duck pin bowling is what I like to say kid size 10-pin bowling. You have those baby beanies can even those baby beanies are perfect for using up the scrap. Like I said, one of these balls from Dollar Tree, you can make 2 complete. This is what I did with the yellow. And I don't know what I did with the little ball. I still had a little ball of it left. So I'm going to do, here it is. I know that this will at least make the 12 and the 24. So this will at least do my first 36 stitches. So even with the little balls, you can get a lot done. Yeah. But yeah, duck pin bowling, you have 10 small um, pins that are stubbier and fatter than the regular 10 pin pins. Um, and in bowling, in bowling, you have two opportunities per frame to knock down all 10 pins. If you knock them all down on one ball, it's called a strike. If you knock them all down in two balls, it's called a spare. And if you fail to knock all three down, you have what's called an open frame. Well, in duck pin, if you knock them all down the first ball, and yes, it is possible, extremely hard, but possible. Strike. If you knock them down in two balls, it's a spare. And you also have the opportunity to knock them down in a third ball, and that's called getting 10. So you will 10 out that frame. And of course, if you don't accomplish that in the first three balls, then you have an open frame. So you have an extra ball to roll, and the balls will fit in your hand like so. Yeah. I have, I have two sets of balls. I have my raggedy bowling shoes. I used to have a duck pin and a regular bowling pin, but I don't have those anymore. But yeah, I wish I'd had them so I could show you the difference. Okay, and then here we are at our reset. Like I said, anytime you feel the need to push that reset button, reboot, reset, do it. Do it. Press that button. Get a grip, and let's keep it moving. Okay, now for S. One of my weaknesses, one of my problems is the scheduling thing. Now, I got tips for you. I just have to learn to live by my own tips. Um, do normal life for a week. Write down everything you do, the times that you do it, how long it takes you to do it, your regular routine in life. Do it for a week, but document it. And that way, when you're making schedules for the upcoming week, I'm sorry, guys, then you can sit down and look at what I call your little time capsules and see how much time it takes you to do each and every item. You may look at it and see, okay, on Monday, a typical Monday, I basically utilize all that day up. I got maybe 30 minutes in here to crochet. So you can pop that in if you want to, but write them out. And I am so sorry. I don't know what started that. I'm telling y'all, it's got to be the camera. Um, scheduling. Do everything time bites or time capsules. Okay, however long it takes you to do things, make sure you put them in the little time capsules and then you can adjust that accordingly. Say you only have a half hour to crochet on Monday, then you can work around that time and that time try to stick to it when you make out your actual schedule. And it's really a rehearsal schedule because you're going to follow a week of just doing what you do. And then you're going to set up this tentative schedule and see how that works for you. And then you'll go back and tweak it. Give it one more test run. If it works, if it works, then you know you got a winner. And that's something that you should be able to stick to. Your schedule's not going to look like my schedule. My schedule is not going to look like your schedule. So there we have it. Timed. For any of you who are selling your crochet, my suggestion to you is pick 3 times a year that you want to dedicate to yourself, spending 3 hours in a day. Say I chose this month, then what I would do is choose an hour in the morning to do, and let's say I chose the double crochet stitch, to do a piece in all double crochet or mainly double crochet. I'm sorry, y'all. But and then every time I yawn, I forget what I'm saying. Oh my goodness. Okay. The way I do my times is, let's say this month I usually choose every 4 months. I do it 3 times a year. And I will pick a stitch, a different stitch for each day that I do it, not each time, because you're going to time yourself 3 times. You're going to do it early in the morning when you get up, somewhere around, and then again at night. And the reason you times is because you want to get an average. Sometimes you crochet faster at one particular time of day, as opposed to other times. So if it's a slow time of day and then a fast time and then a mediocre time, then you can get that average as to how many stitches you do in an hour of whatever stitch you're doing. If I were to choose double crochet, then I would get a more solid time or of after this time of hanging up, I am going to read this along and then I'm going to call her back. But you want to do that 3 times a year. You want to pick different stitches each time. You don't want to keep going to the same stitch. That way, when someone asks you to make something or they commission you to make something, you can use that to figure out how many stitches you have to do for that project, and you can work it out from there. That'll give you a better balance of how to price your things. Now we have our warmer months coming up, and I came up with just a few things that we can consider working on that you don't, one of them you do hear a lot, but the other two you really don't hear a lot about them. And they're really just something kind of quick, but will require a little bit of thought time, a little bit of relaxation time that you can work on, and they're really useful. One thing is the letter U, an umbrella holder. Lots of times we have our umbrellas. My daughter has the short umbrellas, and they're all laying out. So, what we want to do is make her a holder so that she can hang them up. Um, You can choose whatever style you want. I've not researched any of these, so I don't know if there are patterns on YouTube. But if I come up with one, I will share it with you. And I typically like to come up with my own. Another thing you can work on is the letter V, vest. Yes, we can always do the vest. Very simple, 3 panels sewn together at the top. And or you can do it like you do a Ruana. You can do the one whole piece and then just stitch it down the sides, and you have a cute little vest. But we'll get further into that as well. I got a nifty little idea that I want to share with you all about that. The other thing is a water bottle holder. We got lots of water bottles, Gatorade, Powerade, a lot of those that will be toted around this summer. I'm working on trying to get a double case one so that I can have 2 bottles of water with me. That brings us to our letter X. Explore, guys. Don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to tackle that new project. Don't. You won't know if you're good at it until you try it. And even if that one doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to turn out, I know there's something out there that will turn out the way you want it to. I know there is. But if you don't try it, you'll never know. You'll never know. That might end up being your breakthrough piece. Okay, and now for why. Guys, be careful with your yarn hauls. I know we had a couple of sales to come up this week, and I so wanted to capitalize on one, but I have no room. I have no room. I have no room. Always check that and know what you have, where you can store your yarn. A lot of people say it's not really that big of a deal. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I can show you real quick why. I've had this for a year and I misplaced it. And one of the things we did on Saturday, I still have boxes from when we first moved in 5 years and 3 months ago. So we went through one of those boxes, and there were three of these in here, three of these in here, and I didn't know what they were. I have ordered yarn like this since then because I couldn't find these, and we have to control our yarn stash. Now I said there were three in there, which brings me to this. Sorry about the crinkles. I got some free gifts from Temu. One was the bottom and the handles for a purse. So I used my third one, and I am working up a purse. I didn't think that I would like it at first when I saw it. I thought the holes were too small. So I got a G hook, and that's what I'm working with. And this is all Lenny. This is all single crochet. And I'm having so much fun with it. I didn't know exactly how I was going to do the top, and I remembered I've got handles. I've got handles. So I can just do the handles. Okay, and last but not least, the letter Z. Don't sleep on the Ziploc bags, y'all. You know, there are certain bags that Juan showcases on his channel that he gets from Amazon for storing yarn. And it's really, really good. It's really good. But let me tell you about the gallon Ziploc bags, the gallon size Ziploc bags. Guys, you can put 3 skeins of yarn in here. You can put 4 if they're kind of skinny. They're very good. And that's something you probably have around the house or is a lot cheaper, you know, and you can control the air that gets into your bag. I'm just saying. So that's what our ABCs look like. You got to see what I have completed and the 2 items that I'm working on. I say 2 because that baby head it's not going to take. I already did the first round of 12. So yeah, this is what we're going to be focusing on until Thursday. Now, big announcement. April 27th. Remember that date, but write down April 25th. April 27th will mark 2 years of the day that I started my channel. On the 25th, I will be celebrating that. And one of the ways I want to celebrate it, I want to have a question and answer session. So, what I would like for you all to do, I'm going to make a community post today, and I want you guys to drop some questions in there. If you can't do it that way, send it to me on Messenger through Facebook. I'm Kitty Lane on Facebook. You'll see me, trust me. Or you can go to my yarn Facebook page, which is Create and Relate with Kitty Lane. Okay? And those of you who have my email, email me. If you have my number, call me. Ask the questions. I'll write them down and we will definitely address all of those, as many as I can. We'll address those. We'll address those on the 25th. I had to make sure I had the days straight. So we'll address those on the 25th of April. Guys, it's like a month away. Okay? So think of some really good ones and send them to me, and I will compile the list and I will give you all answers. Okay? That is literally all that I have for you today. I love each and every one of you, and I thank you. I thank you. I thank you for being here. I do want to tell you that we have 530 subscribers and we have over 2,200 viewing hours. I cannot begin to thank each and every one of you enough. Y'all are my crew. I love you guys, and thank you so, so much. And please, out of everything, I always tell you all to do. Okay, I heard one person. I need everybody to participate. What is the one thing I tell you to do every night before we close? Okay, that's because you heard it from one person, but at any rate, I want you all to practice self love because self love is the greatest love of all. And you can't love others the way they deserve to be loved unless you first love yourself the way you deserve to be loved. Remember, Kitty Lane told you. Remember, Kitty Lane loves you. So until we see each other again on these YouTube streets, peace out, everybody. I love you.